first, Jade Romero. Hitting second, Tatum Hall. Hitting third, Peyton Hall. Hitting fifth, Avery Sapp. Hitting fifth, Ashlyn Losey. Hitting sixth, Elise Archuleta. Seventh, Aubrey Leonard. Eighth, Kylie Mitchell. Ninth, Ellie Olsen. And flex, Emmy Olsen. Now for Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, hitting first and playing second, Emma Ross. Hitting second, Lydia Tibbles and playing catcher. Hitting third, Olivia Annerud playing center. Hitting fourth, Jelly Ioane playing shortstop. Hitting fifth, Ellie Jackson playing pitcher. Hitting sixth, playing right field, Savannah Craig. Hitting seventh, playing first, Cadence Henry. Playing left, hitting eighth, Rachel Messick. Playing third and hitting ninth, Abby Bills.
Hey folks, welcome to Spanish Fork 17. We've got some softball for you today. It is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Spanish Fork Dons. Very excited for today's matchup, kind of sandwiched in between the two games that we're going to cover for Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain in terms of baseball. So getting softball for you today, again, this is going to be a fun one. The Dons coming into this one just red hot as always, sitting at number one in RPI in terms of softball. Basically, arguably the best team in all of the state of Utah, let alone just 5A. And it's a real good opportunity here for the Golden Eagles to be able to come across with a win, be able to be the first team in region to be able to defeat the Dons, undefeated so far in Region 9 play. So very, very big game for the Golden Eagles. And then for the Dons, it's about just keeping pace with where they're at as the number one team currently, again, in RPI in terms of 5A, but also just in the state of Utah.
Yeah, Dons are currently on a roll here, sitting atop pretty much 5A play. They've been just red hot all season long, as you mentioned, and look to continue things going against the Maple Mountain team, currently sitting at 6-11 on the year, 2-5 in conference play. Dons have absolutely obliterated opponents. In fact, last game against Provo, winning 18-0. They score a lot, and their opponents don't score much at all, and that's pretty much the summary. And when you have that formula, you're going to win a lot of games, especially in softball play. So, as you mentioned, Spanish Fork looking to kind of continue things. Really haven't been tested much. Their last loss coming against Grantsville on April 20th. Prior to that, though, they've just absolutely been on a tear. In fact, they've won 13 of their last 14. So they expect Spanish Fork to really be, the favorites in this one. Although with rivalry games, anything can happen. Maple Mountain will certainly look to put up a good fight against the Dons and potentially steal a win here.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know with these rivalry games. And again, obviously the Dons coming in, they're the only losses in terms of teams. Just in 5A, like every team that they've lost to is sitting in the top 3 in RPI in terms of like the entire season. So I mean, you've got a loss to Skyridge, a loss to Skyridge, Skyview, Mountain Ridge, and just even their losses are still impressive losses to the teams that are solid squads, and so definitely they're led by 2 juniors, which also is just scary to me, thinking that this team still has. It's still pretty young too. There's a handful of seniors on the squad, but again, they're kind of led by probably your 2 players potentially looking at player of the year in terms of at least 5A would be Peyton Hall and Avery Sapp. Both have had absolutely fantastic seasons. Peyton Hall leads all of Utah with 15 home runs. Avery Sapp, arguably the best pitcher in the state of Utah. There's a case to be made for Riverton's pitcher, and I can't remember her name right now, has also had a very great season, but it's right there between her and Avery Sapp as to who's been the best pitcher so far. And so led by 2 just high octane juniors, and the rest of the squad just absolutely fantastic. So it definitely is a tall task here for the Golden Eagles if they're going to want to come away with the win here on their home turf.
Yeah, certainly. As you mentioned, Spanish Fork just hits so well. 424 as a team. A couple of standouts, as you mentioned, with Avery Sapp. Not only does she pitch well, she hits well also. She has 9 home runs of her own, 27 RBIs on the year. But that's certainly a force between her and Hall, both kind of doing the share of damage for these squads. So definitely be interesting to watch. Interesting uniform, by the way. Both teams kind of wearing white, more or less. So should be interesting to try and distinguish the two. But yeah, this will be exciting. You know, always fun to watch. You know, Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain, both these teams. Dons certainly have a good chance this year, both in softball and in baseball, of going deep in the 5A tournament going forward. Quick rundown of the lineup here. We'll kind of give you a rundown if you weren't listening to the opening announcements earlier as we opened here on Spanish Fork 17. So for Maple Mountain, we'll start off. They'll be the home team, of course. Spanish Fork will start off with Jade Romero hitting first. It'll be Tatum Hall and Peyton Hall after that. As we mentioned, Peyton Hall and Avery Sapp, who will be hitting fourth, are 2 of the major hitters for this team, 2 of the better offensive players in softball currently. They'll be followed by Ashlyn Losey hitting 5th. Alice Archuleta will be 6th. Aubrey Leonard 7th. Kylie Mitchell will be 8th. Ellie Olsen 9th. And then 10th will be Emmy Olsen. On the Maple Mountain side of things, it'll be Emma Ross, followed by Lydia Tibbles, Olivia Arnaud, and then it'll be Jetly Ione and Ellie Jackson hitting 5th. Savannah Craig will be 6th, Cadence Henry 7th, Machel Messick 8th, and Addie Bills 9th. Now close out the lineups for both squads.
And we're getting close to being underway here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, Spanish Fork, the visiting team today. They are, as Jake was saying, both teams in whites. The Dons in white, and they've got a really kind of like nice like triple stripe on the pants and kind of a little bit more red on the jersey, whereas the Golden Eagles rocking more of just the straight white look with just some highlights of maroon. As we are underway, the first pitch is going to be tipped away there, foul ball. And it's Ellie Jackson on the mound here today for the Golden Eagles. She will just miss with that pitch, and will take the count to 1-1.
Jackson so far really the workhorse for Maple Mountain. 16 appearances, 5-7 overall with an 8.03 ERA.
That one will be low, and we'll move the count now to 2-1. One hard contact grounded to the second, in time for out number 1.
Good play ranging over there by second baseman Emma Ross. Does a good job to range to her left, just picks that one up and slings it over to first right in time. So good start for Maple Mountain defensively.
Brings up Tatum Hall now for Spanish Fork, hitting number 2 and playing second base here today for the Lady Dons. Tatum, another one of those younger players on the squad, and has contributed nicely here for Spanish Fork.
Yeah, very impressive contact hitter, hitting .639 so far on the year. Has herself 15 RBIs as well and a couple of homers, so key contributor for sure for the Dons.
The count will move to 2-0 after that pitch just missing. Jackson definitely was hoping for the call there. That one in there. That's a great pitch from Jackson for strike 1.
Yeah, just hit kind of the lower left corner of that strike zone there. Good frame job as well by the catcher.
Jackson's 2-1 offering here to Tatum Hall. It's going to be slapped right in between the shortstop and third baseman for the first base hit here for the Lady Dons. A 1-out single by Tatum Hall.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, a just superb contact hitter, is able to get balls in play and to get on base as well. So, you know, completely unsurprising that she gets on base here with the single, and Dons will look to capitalize here with Hall coming up.
You know, they 1 out here in the top of the first, and Peyton Hall stepping in here for the Dons. That one's going to miss just on the outside part there for ball 1.
Still a good pitch, though, by Jackson. Just missed a little bit there. Always so dangerous pitching to a hitter like Hall.
1-0 offering is a foul ball right in front of our faces. Absolutely love that. I ended up flinching just because I'm still writing down the lineups, and so it caught me off guard. And I'm like, oh, right, we have a fence here. That's a good thing.
Not used to being directly behind home plate.
Also true.
Yeah. I've definitely flinched there. But nonetheless, that one looked close. So far, Jackson's been getting the pitches she wants just a little bit off. Kind of a tight strike zone on that outside part of the plate here, especially for the right-handed hitters.
2-1 pitch is going to be low, so count will move now to 3-1 on Peyton Hall. Again, 1-out single by Tatum Hall. Beautiful one, just right in between shortstop and third baseman. So runner on here in the top of the first. The Dons with an opportunity to score here early. That thing crushed, but it is going to be foul by Peyton Hall, so to move the count to full. Payoff pitch is high. Does score it away, but not far enough away for Tatum Hall to really do much advancing other than getting over to second base. So it'll be a walk for Peyton Hall, and it will bring runners on first and second now for cleanup hitter Avery Sapp.
As we mentioned, Avery Sapp, one of the best hitters so far in 5A play. 560 so far on the year, and Maple Mountain likes to score, or I should say Spanish Fork likes to score often. That one is dribbled back, though. And a good play by Maple Mountain here to get one of the best hitters for the Dons out.
Yeah, it's a fantastic pitch to induce the ground ball there from Sapp, who, again, definitely one of the best hitters in all of Utah. Does the job of moving the runners over, though. So now 2 runners in scoring position here for number 5 hitter Ashley Losey, also catching today here for Spanish Fork. So first pitch to her is going to be just outside for ball 1.
I think it was called a late strike there, actually.
They sure did. He did not make any noises, and so I was like, oh, I guess it's a ball. But my purview said it was a strike, so I'm glad that was changed. That one, on the other hand, right at the eyeball, so that'll be ball 1.
The umpire sometimes coming in with the late calls, sometimes silent. Always keeping you on your toes.
Yes, he is. Count now 2-1. A 2-1 pitch upcoming here from Jackson is going to be popped up, but out into foul territory out here behind the bleachers. So the count will move to 2-2 on Ashley Losey.
So far, Losey on the year 429, so not an easy person to get out here, but this is a key moment, I think, early on for Maple Mountain. Get a key stop here with runners in scoring position.
It's going to be slapped over to second base. The play is going to be made, and Maple Mountain able to get out of the early jam. They leave runners on second and third, and the score will stay at 0-0. The Dons unable to capitalize on the scoring opportunity. As we move on over to the bottom half of the first inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, 2 Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, Clegg Auto, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law.
A good job defensively by Maple Mountain there. A lot of ground-induced contact, as you kind of pointed out, Andrew, earlier on. Jackson did a good job to just kind of get pitches low enough in the zone, kind of induce some ground contact. Nothing really dangerous besides a base hit through the left side of the field. So she can keep that up today. That would be key for Maple Mountain in getting this victory here, because obviously with Spanish Fork, they like to put on a ton of runs. Their offense is potent. And a major key for Maple Mountain in stopping them this game is going to be having, a lot of that ground contact, just trying to keep things in play. keep it easy for the infielders and do some easy outs. And they were able to do just that in the top half of the first. So good job on their part, and they'll try and kind of get the scoring going here in the bottom half, as it'll be Avery Sapp who will be throwing today for the Dons.
And again, Avery Sapp, one of the best pitchers you could even argue. And that one went right at my face again, and I still flinched. One of these days, I will get used to it from being back here behind the backstop. But Avery Sapp coming into this, she is number 2 in all of Utah in terms of ERA, and sitting in the top 5 as well in strikeouts. So just so impressive on the season. She really is the anchor for this Dons pitching staff. They go as she goes, and generally she's been fantastic, and so have the Dons.
Yeah, Dons have really rolled, and she's been a key part of that, and on both sides of the field. And so this team that's 14-3 really has cruised in conference play. There's a reason for it. You know, scoring a ton of runs, also just playing excellent defensive softball, and also just the pitching in general has been fantastic. So great all-around play for them. Maple Mountain starting up here with number 6 for the Golden Eagles.
That'll be Emma Ross leading things off here for Maple Mountain, followed by Lydia Tibbles and then Olivia Anerud.
Yeah, a little difficult to pronounce.
Yeah.
But a good, awesome name.
Absolutely, as the first pitch from Sapp is going to miss to Ross for ball 1.
It's always the scariest part of announcing, I think.
You're like, oh no, am I going to completely butcher someone's name? I sure hope not. So 1-0 pitch here to Ross. He's going to be in there for a strike, so he'll even up the count here at 1-1.
Yeah, just excellent pitch right down the middle there.
Ross on the season batting .364 in that leadoff spot for Maple Mountain. She's going to take a swing at that one for strike 2. .16 hits, 5 RBIs. And doing a nice job at the top of the order here for Maple Mountain. That one is going to be out into foul territory, giving chase, but it will be beyond the fence. So Ross will stay alive here with the count at 1-2. So 1-2 pitcher coming here from Avery Sapp to Emma Ross here in the bottom half of the first inning. Again, the score is 0-0. The Dons unable to capitalize on runners on second and third, as another one is fouled away. This one well beyond the backstop here. So Ross still alive here, doing well here against Sapp with the count 1-2.
Yeah, good job to fight there and just kind of get contact. See if she can produce anything here.
Tries to go with the change of pace pitch there. Instead, it will miss, so count will now even up again here at 2-2. Definitely like the thought of trying to get Ross to chase at something. Tries to go for it again, going with the rise ball, but count will now move to full to the Golden Eagles second baseman.
Yeah, you kind of anticipated that rise ball coming there, a little bit of a change in pace. See if she goes back to it again here.
Payoff pitch is a beauty. Great changeup, just absolutely freezes up Ross for the strikeout.
Yeah, she likes to change pace there, and it keeps hitters guessing, and just a potent pitch, as you mentioned, just totally froze Ross. And so now they'll bring up Olivia Tibbles. She'll try and get things going. So far on the year, Tibbles hitting .319 with a home run. Try and get the scoring started for the Golden Eagles.
So first pitch here to Tibbles is going to be one that sails right at the eyeballs. So count will be 1-0. That one swung on a miss. That's a nice pitch from Sapp to even up the count here at 1-1.
Wind coming in here pretty strong as well, point out. So not expecting a lot of hits to go that left side to go far, as that one gets hung up in the wind itself. Should be an easy play there.
Nice play over there by Third baseman Peyton Hall able to snag that one in foul territory. So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up Olivia Ainerud, who watches that one, and they are going to call that one a strike. Again, kind of a late call there. Anticipate a little bit more vocalization from the ump.
We want a little more vocal effect.
I need to know. I need to know if it's a strike.
A little emphasis. That one was definitely a strike there. A little rise ball up and in. One of the hardest pitches, I think, to hit.
Mercy. Yeah, that was a fantastic pitch from Sapp. And rise balls are difficult, man, because they just come right at you, and they look so big as they're coming, and you think you're going to whack it, and you just can't. And perfect example right there is that's going to be strikeout number 2 of the day here for Avery Sapp, and it's going to end the first inning here. The score stays 0-0 between the Dons and the Golden Eagles. We'll get you inning number 2 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. Inning number 2 of this one between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Score is 0-0, kind of a rare thing here for the Lady Dons, who just put up runs in bunches. The Golden Eagles do a nice job of shutting them down in the first inning. The Dons did get runners on second and third, but they were able to strand them, and then Avery Sapp comes on the mound and absolutely dominates through that first inning. But for the Golden Eagles, this is the formula that you're going to need to stick to be able to keep yourself in this ball game.
Yeah, you got to expect that, you know, the Dons are going to come up with lots of hits. They're going to come up with contact. It's just a matter of mitigating that contact, mitigating the damage, and getting key outs and opportunities. Jackson was able to do it in the first here, but that one is hit hard over to left, and now this is where Maple Mountain needs to be careful now. This is where the bottom half of the lineup still just as potent, and Archuleta just comes through with a massive hit there.
Now Archuleta puts that one right, basically right where Tatum Hall put her base hit in the first inning, just right there in between the shortstop and the third baseman. Now brings up Aubrey Leonard, one of the few seniors on this squad, but certainly no slouch as she taps that one, but it will be fouled away, trying to advance the runner into scoring position.
Leonard on the year hitting .404, has 10 RBIs herself. Kind of mentioned this over the break. This is a very young but talented Don squad, and it's just dangerous, you know. Oh, and that one, a slip up there, almost a near out, as Archuleta almost stumbled going back. But yeah, this Don's team just scary to watch game in and game out. They just pour on runs, and they're just so talented. And reason why they're at the top of 5A currently.
Yeah, certainly no slouches really in any part of their lineup, as Leonard tries to put down another one, and it will squirt foul once again. So obviously the bunt will most likely be coming off now for the senior here for the Dons. She will be swinging away here with the count now 1-2.
Yeah, bunting with 2 strikes, a bold decision, but
yes, sometimes it pays off, but usually it doesn't. So instead she'll be swinging away, and she will foul that one
over by the truck.
Stay safe over there. So count 1-2 here on Aubrey Leonard. We are in inning number 2 here on Spanish Fork 17. The score is 0-0. A leadoff single here by Elise Archuleta to start things off for the Dons. Leonard does a nice job of holding off on that low outside pitch to even up the count here at 2-2.
Yeah, it was a good idea there, going down and away again. We're, you know, trying to mitigate contact if you're Maple Mountain. Just missed the location there, though.
So 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Jackson, and Leonard is going to swing at that one. That's going to be the first strikeout of the ball game here for Ellie Jackson. That's a great pitch. Actually, it was basically the same pitch as the previous one, but able to get Leonard to go after that one.
Just able to get it high enough that it looked chaseable, like able to be hit. And just good positioning, good pitching so far by Jackson here.
That one going to be well outside to Kylie Mitchell for ball one. My apologies. That is, yes, it is Kylie Mitchell. Sorry, I had covered up my, I looked at the fact that she's playing first base today and said, oh, she must be number 3, and it's JK. No, she's number 7. We're all good. Glad that we were able to stick with me through that ride, as that one is fouled away here to the backstop and evens up the count at 1-1.
A little bit of a scare there, but everything is normal in the world.
Everything is awesome. Yes.
And Mitchell on the year hitting .345. She has 13 RBIs so far this year, so quite a few this season.
That one is in there for a strike. That's a great pitch from Jackson. Seems like that's going to be her preferred location today, is going to be on that low outside part of the plate here to these right-handed hitters.
And that's all you got to do. If that's what's working, you just keep going with it until the other team can figure it out.
The 1-2 pitch upcoming. This one's going to be in the dirt, and it's going to get past Losey, and that will advance Archuleta over to second base.
Now the Dons have an opportunity here with 1 out. Good chance to get a run in here off the miscue.
So count now 2-2 here on Kylie Mitchell. Again, only 1 out here in the top of the second inning, and now Archuleta in scoring position for the Dons. She's going to hold up on that one. Good job there to check her swing and move the count to full.
Yeah, it was kind of the same pitch that she gave last time, just too far outside though, and a good job holding off by Mitchell.
Payoff pitch here inside, and catches the black of the plate, and that's going to be strikeout number 2 here for Ellie Jackson. Second straight strikeout here in the inning. That's a nice way to be able to get after Mitchell. Again, a pretty dangerous hitter in the bottom of this Dons order, able to punch her out.
Yeah, umpire kind of likes that inside part of the plate, it seems, so does a good job to kind of get that one in and frame it. And 2 outs here, that'll bring up Ellie Olsen to hit.
Ellie Olsen, .321 hitter on the season in her 34 plate appearances, so one that hasn't seen as much playing time as some of the other starters, but does have 2 home runs, which is pretty awesome from your number 9 hitter, as that one is going to miss outside and even up the count here at 1-1.
This little lineup that just hits top to bottom, and absolutely scary. There are no easy outs with
Absolutely
the Dons.
not. Which is why you gotta love every single out, which is what Jackson has been giving them so far today. That one swung on and missed by Olsen for strike 2.
And the good thing about her is that she's been able to get contact in foul balls and has really helped her kind of control the count.
So 1-2 pitch upcoming here from Jackson to Ellie Olsen. And she's going to get another strikeout. 3 straight strikeouts here to end the top of the second inning. They strained Archuleta over there at second base. So 3 Dons have reached at least second base, and they've all been stranded. Nice job here by Ellie Jackson to put up zeros on the scoreboard for the Golden Eagles. So the score will stay at 0-0 as we move on over to the bottom half of the second inning. It gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17.
Yeah, Spanish Fork 17 would like to thank 2 Jack's Pizza, Lance Wilson State Farm, Clay Gatto, MVP Sports, Cal Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. And we thank you as always for joining on Spanish Fork 17. It's been rivalry week so far with the Dons and Golden Eagles really, having full week of competition pretty much against each other. Of course, the baseball side of things, you got the Golden Eagles and the Dons playing today and tomorrow, and we'll have that game tomorrow on Spanish Fork 17. And Dons earlier this week won 7-0 pretty handily against Maple Mountain, and continue to cruise on the baseball side of things as well.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. Got a complete game shutout from Kip Cloward. Their ace was super good in that ball game. Had 10 strikeouts on the day. Complete game shutout. Only allowed 3 hits, and was able to. And this has been the key for him this season, is he's able to mitigate the walks. Only had 1 walk and only hit 1 batter. That's huge for Kip. When he's got command, he's just so good. And they're hoping today for a great pitching performance from Mitch Dalton, who's stepped in and really been a key part of their rotation. And for the Golden Eagles, it should be Chase Johnston on the mound for them, and he's been their best pitcher, and he's been one of the best pitchers in the state. And so that's going to be an interesting ball game over there today in Spanish Fork. So if you're not tuning into this one, we hope that you're at the field over there watching that game. As the count here is 1-0 on Jet Li Ioane.
Hope you're doing a little bit of multitasking, even, you know, just
watching on your phone.
Watch it on the phone, watch the baseball game, you know, do a little bit of both.
Ioane fouls that one away, so the count here is 1-1 on the cleanup hitter for the Golden Eagles. And she's done exactly that so far on the season, as that was a great pitch from Avery Sapp. Man, her curve, not curveball, but her changeup when it's on is just a thing of beauty.
Just dropped right in the zone there, right in the pocket, and just absolutely filthy stuff.
The 1-2 pitch here to Ioane. She slaps this thing over the head of the shortstop, dumps it into left field. Great piece of hitting there by Jet Li Ioane to get the first base hit of the ball game here for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, just absolutely great contact hitting by her. Just strikes it right down the middle, right over the shortstop's head. And now Maple Mountain with their first hit really of the game, and first real opportunity here potentially.
Brings up Ellie Jackson, the opposing pitcher today here for the Golden Eagles. First pitch to her is going to be inside for ball one. A nice leadoff single here in the second inning by Jet Li Ioane over there at first base. Ellie Jackson now up with the count 1-0. She's going to slap it over to short. What a play over there. My goodness, laying out full extension out there at shortstop. Jade Romero, my goodness, what a play.
Wow, that was incredible. Even the last hit, she wasn't able to jump that high for that one. She makes up for it with the diving play. Excellent defense there by the Dons, and a great play to get the out.
Yep, nice web gem here for the first out of the inning. And it brings up Savannah Craig. Fouls this one away. Again, right at our camera.
we're taking a beating back here.
Taking a beating, guys. Hide your kids, hide your wife. It's pretty crazy over here. This count will move to 0-1 on Craig after the foul ball.
Yeah, we may need a equipment change back here with the camera.
This thing slapped right down that first base line, but it'll just be on the wrong side of it. That one potentially could have maybe been extra bases there for Savannah Craig. Instead, it will move to 0-2.
Yeah, that one just outside of the base path there. Kylie Mitchell playing pretty tight there on that first base line, though. Big gap, though, on the left side. We'll see if she can get it over there.
0-2 pitch here from Sapp is fouled away once again by Craig. So he's done a good job of making contact here against Sapp, but just barely missing on the one slapper down first base and then tapping a couple others here foul. The Cadence Henry due up next here for the Golden Eagles, followed by Rachel Messick. Another 0-2 pitch here from Sapp. Tries to go outside corner, does not get the call, and will move the count to 1-2.
Yeah, I like the idea there, trying to get the hitter to chase. Looks enticing, but good job by Craig to lay off of that one.
The 1-2 pitch here to Craig. Able to get her to chase on that one, though. Definitely fooled her on that particular pitch. And strikeout number 3 here for Avery Sapp, and now 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
That's one of the reasons why the Dons don't give up much runs.
Yeah, when you got someone that's coming into this ball game with 139 strikeouts, yeah, that's it's going to limit the damage.
It certainly will.
So count now 0-1 here on Cadence Henry, who swings through that pitch. Again, they did get a leadoff single by Jet Li Ioane to start things off here. Sapp hoping to keep her over there at first base. They do make the throw over. That's a nice throw by Losi, just a half step behind there. Count will move to 0-2.
Yeah, Sapp's just been overpowering these last couple of hitters here. Wouldn't be surprised if she goes fast here.
0-2 pitch gets her to chase after just a nasty rise ball for strike 3. 4 strikeouts on the day now for Avery Sapp, looking every bit the ace that she is. And the score still 0-0 here in Maple Mountain. We'll get you inning number 3 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet? If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Back here on Spanish Fork 17, top of the third here between Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork. That one is fouled off to the right side. The Dons, it'll be Jade Romero starting off. It's the top of the lineup again. It'll be her, followed by Tatum Hall and Peyton Hall in that order. So far in this one, Ellie Jackson has been excellent, keeping the Golden Eagles in this one. 2 solid innings so far as that one is fouled away for strike 2.
Yeah, definitely sticking to what definitely seemed like the game plan here for the Golden Eagles. Really, the only successful way to really get after these Dons is to find a way to silence their bats, which Ellie Jackson has done so far in this ballgame. Very impressive. Has also done a good job of stranding runners that have gotten on, as that one gets away from her on the outside part. The count will move to 1-2 here on Jade Romero. While talking about things and thinking about it, have the RPI pulled up here, and Spanish Fork sitting at number 1 in 5A as that one goes high and tight. A little bit of chin music there at Jade Romero to move the count now to 2-2. Spanish Fork at number 1 with a pretty significant margin between them and Uinta at number 2. Then it's Uinta, Wasatch, Bountiful, and Bonneville that round out that top 5 in RPI currently, as that one is charged out into the outfield right off the wall. Jade Romero able to get some extra bases here to start things off in the 3rd inning. A big leadoff 2 Jacks double here for the Dons shortstop.
Well, that was just a pitch you can't give up. You know, unfortunately, you can't make many mistakes against this Dons team if you're Maple Mountain, and that one right down the middle and just teed up for Jade Romero to just launch into center field. Just a couple of feet away from putting a run on the board pretty much there with a home run.
They ended up hitting the 2 Jacks Pizza sign out there, so it was just meant to be a 2 Jacks double, as Hall will lay down the bunt. That's a nice one, and she gets on her horse enough that she's actually going to be safe over there at first base with an infield single, and it will do the job as well of moving Romero over to 3rd.
Yeah, just a heads-up play there. Third baseman wasn't ready, really kind of playing back enough that she was able to charge down there, and Hall gets the single, and now runners on the corners, and the Dons looking to strike here.
And this is exactly who you want up in the situation here with Peyton Hall. She slaps this one hard, but it is going to be fouled just a tick behind that one for strike 1. Hall took a walk in the 1st inning, ended up getting stranded over there at 2nd base. Hoping for different results here in inning number 3 with runners on the corners. Again, the big RBI bat here in the Dons lineup. 43 of them on the season to go with her 15 home runs. That one is going to be outside. Nice job to watch that one. The count will even up here at 1-1.
Yeah, good patience. Jackson's been going to that outside pitch quite a bit to try and get hitters to chase, and good patience by Hall to lay off that one.
So one more pitch up coming from Jackson. This one fouled away. Hits the backstop up here, and the count will move to 1-2. Avery Sapp and Ashley Losi do up next here for the Dons. Again, threatening here in inning number 3 with runners on the corners. They're one of their big RBI bats up in Peyton Hall. Hoping to cash in. 1-2 pitch. Takes that outside pitch and slaps it foul. And she'll stay alive here at the count 1-2.
And good job to get a little bit of contact there off the end of the bat and stay alive in this one. Wouldn't be surprised if Jackson tries to go outside again.
That's where she's been living most of this ball game. Really likes that low outside part of the plate to right-handers to try to induce some weak grounders. Instead, she goes kind of the opposite way. This time goes low and inside, ends up jamming Hall, and gets her to pop up for out number 1.
Well, that was a good pitch there. Initially, I don't know if it was meant to be there, but down and away was kind of where the catcher was kind of framing it there. And instead goes up and in and just jams Hall. And pitch worked out perfectly there. No action required.
So 1 out here in the top of the 3rd brings up cleanup hitter Avery Sapp. And there's going to be no throw over there to second base. So they will just let Hall make her way on over there. Trying to make sure that Jade Romero doesn't find her way home on the throw over to second.
Yeah, just a heads up play by Tibbles there, just to let the runner go, but now runners in scoring position here, 2 of them for the Dons.
That one's gonna be low and inside, and it'll move the count now to 2-0 on Avery Sapp. 0 for 1 on the day, slapped one just right up the middle to Jackson for an out in inning number 1. 2-0 pitch. He's going to just miss. And the count will now be 3-0. Again, Sapp, video game numbers, 560 average, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. Really has been so good at the plate. And as good as she's been at the plate, she's been even more dominant on the mound as she will take the walk. And that is going to load the bases up here in inning number 3.
Now I'll bring up Ashlyn Losi, who's hitting .429 so far on the year. And we're going to bring in a pitch runner here. It looks like Shepard will come in for Avery Sapp.
Making sense, seeing as that they've got Sapp on the mound, want to be able to preserve her legs. So it'll be Shepard coming in to speed up run for her. Losi slaps this one, and it will be just foul. Count will move to 0-1.
This kind of situation you got to force pretty much at any plate here. I think the main goal is to just try and keep this one in the infield if you can. And Jackson's been doing a good job at that so far if she can keep it down and away.
This one slapped right down the first base line, and also going to be just foul. So count will now move to 0-2 on the Dons catcher. And one of the few Dons regulars that does not have a home run on the season. If ever there were a time to knock one out of the park, you know, grand slam opportunity. But 0-2 pitch here. Rise ball that definitely rises a bit too much, and move the count to 1-2.
Good reaction there by Tibbles there. That could have been a pass ball and a run scored for the Dons, but does a good job to get up and snatch that one.
Dons threatening here with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Losi will pop this thing up, kind of in a interesting, tricky spot there, just at the edge of the dirt there for the Maple Mountain second baseman. That's Emma Ross over there making the catch there on the pop-up, and that's going to be out number 2.
Just a great job by Jackson. When she's gotten in trouble, she's been able to get the pitches needed to induce the contact that minimizes damage. Both infield flyouts, you couldn't have asked for better outcomes.
Brings up designated player Alice Archuleta, and she gets hit by the pitch, and that's going to be the first run of this ball game. Kind of a interesting way for it to go. So Archuleta gets hit by the pitch, and it will bring in Jade Romero for the first run of this ball game. So now a 1-0 lead here for the Dons.
Yeah, just a mistake there. So fortunately, looks like Archuleta's okay, just kind of shakes it off there. But mistake there by Jackson ends up costing them first run of the game. And as good as she's been, you can't have any of these unforced errors if you're Maple Mountain. Really, you know, margin of error is razor thin against the Dons, and Spanish Fork will make you pay for it.
They sure will, and it brings up Aubrey Leonard, who struck out in her first at bat, but up in a big situation here in inning number 3. Slaps this one foul. Count will move to 0-1. Yeah, this definitely seems like a turning point here for Ellie Jackson. If she's able to strand the runners here, keep the bases loaded, only allowing the 1 run, that's a big thing for Maple Mountain.
It would be huge for them in terms of momentum and confidence.
He's going to squirt away, and they are going to make the run home, and that's going to be the second run here of the day for Spanish Fork. Tatum Hall is able to score on the wild pitch there, and it will advance the other runners as well. So now it's runners on second and third with 2 outs, and the count 1-1 here on Aubrey Leonard.
Yeah, just a couple of unforced errors now have proved costly, and Dons will look to strike again.
Leonard puts a charge into this one right on a rope. It is going to land on the outfield grass for a base hit. That's going to be a 2-run single for Aubrey Leonard, the senior, coming in the clutch here and clearing the bases here for the Dons as they now really open things up here with the score now 4-0.
Yeah, that one was on a rope right to center field and just out of the reach of the center fielder, Auernod. And damage is done here. Dons have opened it up. Now it's 4-0, and they'll look to add on more.
Brings up Kylie Mitchell. She will take that pitch on the inside for ball 1. Mitchell struck out in her first at bat, one of the 3 strikeouts in the second inning for Ellie Jackson. 1-0 pitch upcoming is slapped right up the middle. That's going to be another base hit here for Spanish Fork, as Kylie Mitchell will get the 2-out single and keep this rally rolling here in inning number 3.
Yeah, and the Dons make you pay for mistakes, and that's just one hit after another here. Key hits for Spanish Fork. Mitchell slapping that one right up the middle. And just a tough break for Maple Mountain. They really had a good opportunity to get out of this one scoreless, and just a couple errors now proving costly.
Ellie Olsen will take that one on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Olsen on the day 0 for 1. Also struck out in that second inning. But Don's still threatening here with runners on first and second. That one is going to be fouled away just a little late on that one. Count will move to 0-2. Jackson a pitch away from getting out of this one. 4 runs coming across here in the top of the third for Spanish Fork. A couple of unforced errors and a nice 2-run single by Aubrey Leonard, the scoring for the Dons. That one in the dirt. Nice job to scoop it up as count will move to 1-2. And a view of Leonard over there at second base in scoring position for Spanish Fork. Olsen hoping to cash her in as that one is well inside and low to even up the count here at 2-2.
I think if you're Jackson, you just got to stick to what's worked so far. If you go away or down and away, that's kind of the location that's gotten her the best success with that one. As well as the inside pitch at times has been beneficial too in terms of jamming hitters. But as long as she avoids that middle of the plate, I think as long as you avoid the middle of the plate, you should be okay. Dons, though, will make you pay, and they have, for leaving any of those pitches over the plate.
Yeah, plenty of hard contact in this inning has helped get those 4 runs on the scoreboard. 2-2 pitch here is also over the middle and crushed. Will it be over the head? It will indeed be for extra bases here for Spanish Fork. Nice piece of hitting there by Ellie Olson. She's going to motor her way on over to third base, so it's going to be a 2-run triple, a 2-run triple T heating, cooling, and plumbing triple there for Ellie Olson. Gotta love that from the number 9 hitter in your lineup.
Yeah, Spanish Fork is loaded top to bottom, and the Dons, just any pitch that they can get over the middle, they find contact, they find ways to hit it hard, and they make the plays on offense needed, and they take advantage of the opportunities that they're given, and as you can see here, it's quickly blown up 6-0 here as you see a quick mound visit
by Maple Mountain here. Avery Leckie out to the mound to try and talk things through with her pitcher and her infield as well. Golden Eagles coming into this ballgame 6-11, 2-5 in conference play, and knew this was going to be a tall task laying ahead of them against, you know, Spanish Fork sitting at #1 in 5A. And certainly done a good job through 2 innings of mitigating the damage. And we said, you know, going into this game, the offense, mitigating that offense and just holding them to as little of runs as possible, minimizing their opportunities was key. And as you can see, just a couple of errors and a couple of missed pitches have proved costly, and the Dons have taken advantage and have run away with this one 6-0.
Dons have batted through on this one, and another base hit here for Jade Romero, who started this thing off with a double in inning number 3. Gets her second base hit of the inning, an RBI single that will bring in Ellie Olsen. That's going to move our score to 7-0 here. As really, man, it just has, when it rains, it pours here for the Dons offense, and it is absolutely pouring right now. Brings up Tatum Hall, who's 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles. That one is going to be in there for a strike. So a big 2-out rally here for the Dons has put up runs in bunches here. 7 runs coming across. The count now 1-1 on Tatum Hall with Jade Romero over there at first base. And man, this is kind of what we think we were going to see here today, was an offensive explosion here from the Dons, and they've done just that here in inning number 3, and it just keeps on rolling with yet another hit here for Tatum Hall. 3 for 3 now on the ball game with her 3rd single.
That hit pretty much sums up the Dons offense. I mean, it's unstoppable. That's a laser down the left field line. I don't think any third baseman is getting that one. It was on a rope, and that's as close to the bag as you can get.
Yeah, I don't care if you're Nolan Arenado. You ain't getting to that thing.
No, Brooks Robinson would have a hard time with that one.
You know, maybe.
He'd probably get that one. He's Brooks Robinson, but Don's just pouring it on offense.
Brings up Peyton Hall, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Took a walk in inning number 1 and popped it up to third base in her last at bat here in inning number 3. Hoping for a different result here in her second at bat of the inning, with runners on first and second. Now looking at an 0-1 count. See what Jackson has to offer her. Oh, she's going to slap this thing out into center field. See if it carries. It does end up being basically right at the warning track, and that's going to be the end of the top of the 3rd, but not before the Dons absolutely blast this game wide open with 7 runs here in the 3rd inning. So now the score 7-0 after the big offensive outburst by the Dons. As we move on over to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law, Clegg Auto, and 2 Jack's Pizza.
Again, thank you as always for joining here on Spanish Fork 17. If you want to watch any of these games live, I'm sure you're on the stream right now. If you're not, you can always go to youtube.com/SpanishFork17, and you can catch all of our games and replays as well, the action. Of course, we have a big one tomorrow, Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain on the baseball side of things. Certainly both squads going at it currently today, and always a fun time between those two. No love lost, especially going back to last year's championship game, and Dons, of course, going and winning the state championship last year over Maple Mountain. That game will be at 3:30 tomorrow, so be sure to tune in on Spanish Fork 17 or go online to youtube.com/SpanishFork17 to catch that one, as you see the link below there. Of course, we always thank you for your support and coming and watching and spending some time with us on the mound, on the diamond, and hopefully enduring our conversations and our ongoing commentary.
Yes, we hope that you know who Brooks Robinson is. That'd be cool if you do. Legendary third baseman of the Baltimore Orioles, and yes, even he could not have made that play on Tatum Hall's hit there earlier in this ball game. But yeah, it's been a real blast if you're a Dons fan, able to watch that third inning, 7 runs coming across, and you've also been given a treat here if you love pitching, as Avery Sapp has been absolutely on her game so far through 2 innings, has 4 strikeouts, and has only allowed the 1 hit so far to the Golden Eagles. It's batters 8, 9, and 1 here for the Golden Eagles. Rachel Messick, Addie Bills, and Emma Ross here for the Golden Eagles. That one is swung on and missed for strike 1 there to Rachel Messick.
Messick so far has yet to record a hit, at least according to Max Preps.
So 1-1 pitch swung on and missed as well. Nice rise ball there from Sapp for strike 2.
Yeah, if you're Messick, you gotta expect this one coming high and fast. Expect the rise ball here.
And of course, we say rise ball, and she goes the other way for strike 3.
0 for 2 so far today.
Dang it.
The predictions aren't hitting.
We aren't Nostradamus, folks. We just do our best. That's strikeout number 5 of the day here for Avery Sapp.
Yeah, don't take me to Vegas with you. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, not the best idea, yes.
Or just do the opposite of what I say, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. We say put it all on black. You go red. As the count here is 1-0 on Addie Bills. 1-0 pitch here from Sapp is swung on and missed for strike 1. She's done a really good job with that rise ball. Has gotten a lot of swings and misses right at Golden Eagles' eyeballs.
Yeah, it's just overpowered them with speed. Really have had a hard time just guessing where the next pitch is coming, as that one drops down and in for a strike. Really, the elevation changes and just the pure speed of it just makes it nearly unhittable for opponents, and he's just continuing to dominate here.
1-2 pitch is going to be high. Nice job there by Bills to hold off on that one. It'll even up the count here at 2-2.
Just a little bit of perspective here while it's a 2-2 count here. Dons, in their last 3 games, as I pull up the schedule, that one is popped up in foul. Dons' last 3 games have gone as follows: 9-0, 2-0, and 18-0. Combined 29-0 score over the last 3 ball games. So that is the definition of dominance, if you ask me.
Yeah, when you're putting up zeros in 3 straight games and then adding that to a bunch of runs, as that one is going to be yet another strikeout, as that's now 4 straight Golden Eagles that have gone down by strikes here to Avery Sapp, and it'll be strikeout number 6 here in the 3rd inning for the Dons ace. She's been absolutely fantastic, again, just basically all season long, but especially recently, as we just highlighted them, and this is now game number 4 here, where she's looking at a potential shutout here, as that one is going to miss to Emma Ross. The count will now be 1-0. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch. Just drops in, just a nasty changeup for strike 1.
We haven't seen that for a while, but boy, was it nice to watch.
Dang.
Just the movement on that one just dropped about 6 inches right in the strike zone.
Well, tries to go for it again, but will just miss outside on that one, so the count will move to 2-1. Ross on the day struck out in her first at bat, struck out looking on a great pitch from Avery Sapp, hoping for different results here in at bat number 2. 2-1 pitch fouled away. I was ready that time. I did not make one single movement.
We're trained now.
Trained veterans now, as the count moves to 2-2.
They've given us plenty of opportunities now, and I'm solid. Iron reflexes.
Yes, yes. 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Sapp. Going to be fouled away again. That one in on the hands of Emma Ross, and fights it away and stays alive here at 2-2.
Just makes me think of Kobe Bryant when he has the ball, and I can't remember who it was, but Matt Barnes, I think, didn't even flinch. That's pretty much Andrew at this point.
Yep, that's me. The count moves to full on Emma Ross, as that one just misses a little bit high and outside. So full count here to the Golden Eagles second baseman. would be Lydia Tipples due up next year for the Golden Eagles should she find a way on. Payoff pitch is tapped away, just gets a piece of that one foul, so we'll stay alive here with this full count. Again, the score is 7-0, 7 runs coming across in the top half of this inning. Don's offense coming alive. Sapp hoping to shut the door here and put up another 0. That's going to be the first walk issued by Sapp, so only the second base runner of this ballgame for the Golden Eagles. The other one, a single by Jet Li Ioane in inning number 2. But an opportunity here for the Golden Eagles with 2 outs.
Yeah, good chance here. I'd like to see if Maple Mountain can string together a couple of hits. That would be great for them, especially in this one, to try and get some offense going against this Don's team. Is so hard to get offense against.
That was going to miss just a tick low there for Sapp, as the count will now be 1-0 on Tibbles, who popped out to third in her first at bat, so 0 for 1 on the day. The 1-0 pitch now just a little bit high, as the count will move to 2-0.
And good patience there by Tibbles to lay off of that pitch. That's one that's been getting hitters to chase all day long. That high rise ball kind of up by the shoulder.
That one, on the other hand, perfect as it is in. Oh, and that's going to be off the glove of Mitchell, and that's going to be able to move Ross over to second base.
And a little mistake there by the Dons, a rare one, and now Maple Mountain an opportunity here with 2 outs to try and get a run in.
So Lydia Tibbles up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now a runner in scoring position. The score 7-0. They're hoping to put a run on the board here. Instead, she will watch a nice pitch from Sapp for strike 2.
Yeah, just another one of those filthy kind of drop change-ups.
So 2-2 pitch up coming. Fouled away. Ah, you flinched. I saw it. I saw it.
I'm ashamed.
Count now 2-2 after the foul ball. As Ross is over there at second base, hoping to be the first run scored here for the Golden Eagles. Sapp 1 strike away from getting out of this one, tries to go low, and it will be a little too low, trying to get Tibbles to chase. She does not, and the count will move to full. So payoff pitch upcoming here from Sapp to Tibbles. It's a change-up, and she will go over to first, and that is going to end the inning here for Spanish Fork. Little tapper to first base. It will end inning number 3. The score now 7-0. Offensive outburst for the Dons in the top half of the inning. We'll get you inning number 4 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Hey folks, welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It's inning number 4 of this matchup between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. The score is 7-0 in favor of the Lady Dons, who have just been so dominant all season long. Really, it's just been a blast to watch them and to see them really grow as a team. So many just elite players on this squad, and again, something that we're researching, like not a ton of seniors on this squad, which we mentioned at the at the top of the broadcast. Really has been a lot of juniors and sophomores, and one of them striding up to the plate right now in Avery Sapp, who's been absolutely fantastic on the mound as well. Really has just been such a complete player here for Spanish Fork this season.
Yeah, you know, she's just been so excellent, you know, both on the mound and hitting, and it's really just dominated opponents so far this year with just a 1 point. I believe it was, if I had it right, I think it was like a 1.23 ERA, 18 appearances. 769 winning percentage, and then she does stuff like this, you know, hits singles and generates the kind of offensive output that, you know, the Dons need. And have a two-way player like that is just spectacular. It's excellent.
Yeah, Sapp just smokes that pitch right up the middle, and they are going to bring in Shepard once again to run for her. It'll be Ashley Losey now up for Spanish Fork. Again, getting things rolling here in inning number 4 after a huge 7-run inning in their last one, able to bat around and then some in inning number 3. That one is going to be in there for a strike. Jackson finds just that nice sweet spot on the low part of the strike zone.
Yeah, that's where she's been effective today, is that kind of lower part of the zone, low and away. And most of Spanish Fork's damage, as you see Shepard run, I think that hit her on the back. Fortunately, she's okay, but gets in safely. But the only time that, you know, Spanish Fork has really capitalized have been off of, you know, just simple defensive lapses or wild pitches, and then basically anything over the middle of the plate. That's where all the damage kind of happened in that 3rd inning.
Losey watches that one high, so count will now move to 2-1 on the Dons catcher. 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to second base in inning number 1, and then popped it out to second base in inning number 3. This one's going to be popped over towards shallow left field. Making the play out there is Jetli Ioane, able to range out into foul territory. That's a difficult play, having to catch that one up and over the shoulder, able to basket catch that one for out number 1.
Yeah, that was a really hard play, you know, just ranging over as far as she did from that shortstop position over to foul territory. That's a lot of ground to cover, and she made it look easy there with the basket catch.
Elise Archuleta now up for Spanish Fork. 1 for 1 on the day, a single, and was hit by a pitch. That one is in there for a strike to the Don's designated player. That hit by pitch ended up being the first run of this ball game. Was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded and kind of started that big 7-run inning for Spanish Fork. Hoping to keep things rolling here in inning number 4. She's going to tap this one right back at Jackson, who's now got 2 quick outs here in the top half of the 4th.
Yeah, aside from that 3rd inning, really Jackson's done an excellent job. And as you mentioned, that hit by pitch just kind of opened up the scoring, and, you know, Spanish Fork took that little bit of momentum and absolutely ran with it and just opened up this game wide open with 7 runs. But other than that, Jackson has done a good job of really limiting any major hits from Spanish Fork. Just has missed a couple of pitches, a couple of missed opportunities, and that's really made the difference. Dons, though, great job by them to really have just taken advantage of every hit, and that's why they're as good as they are currently, and sitting at the top of the league play at 17-4, 7-0 in region play, really just cruising.
So second pitch there to Aubrey Leonard is going to be tapped over to second base, and it'll be just in time to get her out. Nice job over there at second by Emma Ross to make the play, and that will be the end of the top of the 4th. Jackson able to quiet things down and put up a 0 on the scoreboard after a loud 3rd inning. It is a quiet 4th inning for them. The score will stay 7-0 as we move on over to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible.
Yeah, Spanish Fork 17 like to thank Lance Wilson State Farm, 2 Jack's Pizza, MVP Sports, Clay Gatto, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law. So score 7-0 here. Dons rolling over the Golden Eagles, and Sapp will stay in to pitch. She's been absolutely dominant so far in this one. 3 innings so far, no runs, really no scoring chances, legitimate scoring chances at least. Only a couple base runners, and Andrew, you did flinch.
I flinched. Granted, that one had a ton of velocity. So
that one was
aimed if the fence was not here, I'd have been dead.
That was aimed right at the middle.
You know, I was. Yep.
You know, this is the kind of experience that few people get. You get to stand behind base at a softball game, and you get to have pitches launched at your head.
Yeah, just right at you. And
We've had like, what, 6 or 7
That feels
of these?
like, yeah, like 6 at least, if not more. It's been fun to survive back here behind the backstop, as we're also getting a little bit of camera adjustment as well, as you're seeing, trying to get some of that fence out of the view of your screen there.
You can
nice
see how
job
the sausage
there
is made.
Yes, exactly. Like, little behind the scenes peek here as that one is swung on and missed.
This is why you tune in to Spanish Fork 17.
You get all the nitty-gritty
like
details just like that, seeing our producer Pete moving our camera so that you've got a better view.
Now, what I wish we'd bring back is the dancing cameraman segment.
Oh, it happens every now and then.
Every now and then, but, you know, it's been a while. I'm just saying, you know, we ought to bring that back.
This count now is 0-2. We actually have a softball game going on if you don't remember. So 0-2 count here. It's going to be fouled away again by Olivia. Again, I'm sorry, Olivia. Anarod.
I think we're going to go with Anarod, but yeah, that's a tough one. Don't kill us after the game.
Swung on and missed for her second strikeout of the day. 7th strikeout of the day here for Avery Sapp, who's been so dominant through these 3 1/3 innings so far. Really has, again, only allowed 2 base runners. One of those base runners is who's currently up right now, and Jet Li Ioane had a single in the 2nd inning. The other one, a walk given in inning number 3 to leadoff hitter Emma Ross, as that one is going to just miss there for ball 1 there to Ioane.
Yeah, Ioane was the only one really in this game that was able to get some good contact off of Sapp.
Man, there's that filthy changeup again for strike 1.
And Sapp has just been absolutely dominant, just adjusting her pitches, coming high, low, changing speed. Really has left Maple Mountain kind of clueless.
Ioane takes a cut at yet another changeup for strike 2, so count now 1-2. Again, had the single in the 2nd inning, dropped a beautiful, just little blooper out there into shallow left field. See if she can replicate that. Instead, it'll be a slap shot right to Romero, and she will be safe. Jade Romero unable to make the throw in time, so Ioane with her 2nd hit of this ball game, really the only one that's been able to make contact here really against Avery Sapp, and now that's her 2nd hit, so 2 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there just to get it in play, and it was slow enough. She was able to get down the line quickly, and Ioane really doing some damage here. A couple of hits. She's one of Maple Mountain's best hitters, by the way, hitting .545 on the year. 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, and gets herself a stolen base here as well to get herself in scoring position.
Yeah, gotta love that effort. Saw just enough of a bobble here from Losi to get up and get her way into scoring position. The count here is 0-1 on Ellie Jackson, who hit a sharp liner over to shortstop, but a web gem play over there by Romero, ending up robbing her of a base hit, as the count will now move to 0-2 as we get another foul ball over here at the backstop.
It's a good thing that that backstop is holding up, because I think it's been hit so many times it might be
pelted.
Might be given way here.
The 0-2 pitch up coming here from Sapp is swung on and missed. Able to get Jackson to swing at something nice, high and tight, as the 8th strikeout of the ball game here for Avery Sapp, and gives us 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that'll bring up Savannah Craig.
Craig, a strikeout victim in her first at bat in the 2nd inning.
One of many.
That one is fouled away and basically goes right into the Maple Mountain dugout. They are able to collect the ball and get it over quick. This count will be 0-1 on the Golden Eagles right fielder. Again, up with a runner in scoring position. Just the 2nd time in this ball game that the Golden Eagles have had someone over there at 2nd base. This one a little slap shot over to 3rd. Hall will make the throw across the diamond, and that is going to end the inning. So another 0 on the scoreboard here for ace Avery Sapp. 8 strikeouts so far for her, and that will move us on over to the 5th inning, which we will get to when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It is now the 5th inning of this ball game between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Spanish Fork Dons. The score is 7-0 in favor of the Lady Dons over the Lady Golden Eagles. Again, we are doing softball today as part of a kind of triple header here this week on Spanish Fork 17. Covered the first of the games between the Dons and Golden Eagles on the baseball side of things. That one a 7-0 game in favor of Spanish Fork. That one a fun one. Watch Kip Cloward pitch a complete game shutout. And now today it's a complete game shutout potential look here for Avery Sapp here on the softball diamond. And we got another game coming at you tomorrow as well. Tomorrow afternoon, 3:30, we'll be back doing baseball. And that'll be the series ender between Spanish Fork and Maple Mountain. So excited for just a full slate of sports here on Spanish Fork 17 this week.
Yeah, it's been rivalry week between these two squads, and always fun to watch. You know, Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork, two great programs, you know, able to compete against each other year in and year out, and we get some great games as a result and some great performances. And we've seen today, as far as performances go, Avery Sapp has just been absolutely dominant. And also a tip of the cap to Ellie Jackson, who's also done a great job as well on the mound, as that one misses for ball one. It's 1-1 here. Don's just have been unstoppable so far this game, and that 7-run third inning just really broke things open.
That one high and Titan is going to miss, so count will now be 2-1 on Kylie Mitchell. Mitchell on the day, 1 for 2, struck out in inning number 2 and hit a single in the third as part of that big 7-run inning. Really, for Ellie Jackson, it's really just been that one bad inning, as that one is going to be fouled away and out of play. So the count will even up here at 2-2. Did a nice job mitigating the damage in the first 2 innings, stranded some runners, but then, yeah, just things did not break their way in inning number 3. Kind of started with a couple unforced errors, and then the hits started coming, and before you knew it, the Dons had scored 7 runs.
I think the biggest regret if you're Maple Mountain is that all those runs really came with 2 outs.
2 outs.
You know, that was just the key point of the game, as you had mentioned earlier, Andrew, is, you know, if they were able to even just mitigate it to the point where they were able to just get 1 or 2 runs and then, you know, get that final out, that would have changed things, as that one goes through for a base hit there. And a good piece of hitting by Mitchell, but it was the fact that Spanish Fork was able to do all that with 2 outs, just string hit after hit and produce with the bases loaded, is what really impresses me. You know, this is what championship teams do. They find ways to score, you know, in tough opportunities, in tough situations, pressure situations, and Don's able to do that to pretty much anyone and everyone. And Maple Mountain just is another victim of that today.
Yeah, currently up the batter with probably the biggest hit in this ball game so far. Ellie Olsen had a 2-run triple in that third inning. Fouled that one away for strike 1, and then watches that one low and inside for ball 1. Struck out in her first at bat in inning number 2, but man, yeah, that triple was something to behold there in that third inning, getting some serious production in that number 9 spot in the order. And up in another situation here with a runner on. He's going to watch that one for ball 2 as it goes just a bit high.
Yeah, it just impresses me, this lineup top to bottom is just so productive. And you talk about Olsen having a triple there. That's your bottom hitter in the lineup. And if your bottom hitter's doing that, you know, then you know you got trouble for the rest of the lineup as well.
That count now 3-1 on Olsen, who also has 2 home runs on the season too. So I mean, yeah, just unreal production from the number 9 spot. And again, you look just up and down 1 through 9. Everyone's like, batting over 300, tons of extra base hits. There's just not a spot in this lineup that you can say, oh yeah, that's probably an out at some point. Like, no, like every one of these Dons hitters is dangerous in their own right, and there's just nowhere where you can relax as a pitcher.
Yeah, certainly, and it makes your day tough if you're Maple Mountain. You know, no easy at-bats, no easy situations, and even as well as Jackson has been pitching so far in this one, just that one inning was all it took, and Dons do that to pretty much everyone, it seems, if you look at their schedule.
Again, the losses on the season that they have, of the 4 of them, are all quality losses, I guess, as you will. Teams that are in the top 3 of their respective RPIs in terms of their class, and so this is a squad that just knows how to win, and that one is fouled away deep there by Romero down the right field side of things. Romero on the day 2 for 3, has a double and a single, both of those coming in that 3rd inning. Really started things off for the Dons with that leadoff 2-jacks triple. 2 for 3 on the day, did ground out to second base in her first at bat, but now looking at an 0-1 pitch from Jackson, and it will be high, and it will even things up here at 1-1. And you'll notice the recipe in the losses for the Dons was that the other team was able to keep it to a pretty low-scoring game, as they will end up making the play over to first base, so the runners will advance on the little tap ground out there by Romero to Jackson. So it'll now be 1 out here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, heads-up play by Jackson there. She was going to throw it over to third. Noticed that it looked like Bills over at third was not set and ready, and good job to turn it around, maintain composure, get that out. She would have loved to get the force at third, obviously, to try and limit any extra runs from scoring, but nonetheless gets the out.
That one is in there for a strike to the automatic Tatum Hall, who's 3 for 3 on this ball game, and it's 3 singles, and all of them absolute beauties of hits. Again, 2 of them coming in that big 3rd inning for Spanish Fork. She's able to hold off on that one as it sails a little high and outside for ball 1. And hit one that was just an absolute rope right down the third base line that no one was getting to.
Yeah, just absolute class of hitting. Just nothing you can do if you're the defense on that last hit that she had, and yeah, just a power hitter, and really knows how to get on base and produce, and one of the key contributors for the Dons for sure.
Big opportunity here with runners on second and third. Gonna pop this one into foul territory, giving chase over there is shortstop and third baseman, but a little bit out of the reach there of Ioane and
Bills over at third.
Bills,
yeah.
Yes. So count now 2-2 here on Tatum Hall. Pitch from Jackson is going to be sent right up the middle for a base hit. Potentially bringing in 2 runs, and it will do exactly that. Able to get down is Ellie Olsen. So Mitchell and Olsen scoring on the 2-run single by Tatum Hall. What else is new? 4 for 4 on the day with 4 singles.
It's pretty much perfect.
It is pretty much perfect.
That is perfect.
Practically perfect in every way.
Yeah, just another great piece of hitting. Again, hasn't been it hasn't been, you know, anything crazy, no home runs or anything like that, but it's been efficient hitting, getting it in the right places, hitting the right gaps. That one almost down the line as well, and Dons have been doing that pretty much all game long, and have done it all season long. And you know, looking forward, going to playoff play, it's hard to see anyone really, you know, stepping up to the Dons, with the exception of if they can get offense going, as you mentioned, and as you kind of pointed to in their schedule, some of the losses they've had, teams have been able to keep up in the scoring. This one high up into the stands area.
Fan tried to make the catch, but the wind just a little bit crazy, and ends up blowing away from him. Valiant effort, definitely appreciated it. As the count will move now to 0-2 on Peyton Hall, who came into this one probably as the hottest hitter in all of Utah. But kind of struggling in this particular ball game as that one is going to be in on her hands. Pops it up to third base, kind of looking a little bit like her second at bat. And on a day where the Dons bats really have come alive, it's been kind of a rare off day here for Peyton Hall. 0 for 3 on the day now.
Yeah, she seemed a little frustrated there too, as she knew that one was kind of way too much high and in for her to actually get anywhere with. And good piece of pitching there by Jackson to jam her.
That one going to be high and outside to Avery Sapp, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning, took a walk in inning number 3, and then hit a single in the 4th. This one is crushed out to right field. The play is going to be made out there, and that's going to be out number 3. Kind of got caught up, I think, a little bit in the wind there, as that's going to end the top half of the 5th inning. 2 more runs coming across for Spanish Fork, so the score now 9-0 in favor of the Dons over the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. As we move on over to the bottom half of the 5th inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's Lance Wilson State Farm, 2 Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Thompson, Hunter Attorneys at Law, and Clegg Auto. And a very dominant performance on offense. Really, that 3rd inning huge for Spanish Fork to really just blow this game wide open, and scratching a couple more runs across here in the top half of the 5th. And now they bring their ace back on the mound in Avery Sapp, who through 4 innings has been about as good as you can ask for. Has only allowed 2 hits, both singles to Jet Li Ioane, has walked a batter. But otherwise, absolute cruise control. 8 strikeouts on the game, so averaging 2 strikeouts per inning. You'll live with that particular ratio.
Yeah, that's just so impressive. 8 strikeouts is just absolutely dominating, especially through only 4 innings. And really, Maple Mountain has struggled to have really any opportunities to get on the board here. And that'd be something you want to see here from this squad. Golden Eagles try and get a couple of hits going against her to try and maybe just string some good at-bats together, try and build a little bit of momentum here. You know, obviously this might be one of the toughest pitchers you'll face if you're Maple Mountain in 5A play. She's certainly up there with one of the better pitchers in the league in general and in Utah. So I think it'd be key for them at this point, obviously knowing the game is out of hand, to try and just string in some hits and see if they can get some runs on the board.
So it'll be the bottom of the order here for the Golden Eagles. Cadence Henry, Rachel Messick, and Addie Bills. 7, 8, 9 here for Maple Mountain, as the first pitch is in for a strike to Henry. The 0-1 pitch is going to be watched for strike 2. That one probably is about as much as it's going to have been left over the plate there by Sapp as any pitch in this ball game. That one basically center cut.
Yeah, and if you see those, you have to kind of, I don't know, I'm not a coach, I'm not an expert, but I would swing at them. You know, this is probably the best chance you're going to get in terms of quality of pitch if you're Maple Mountain. But that one fouls off, count still 0-2. We'll see what Henry can do here, see if she can get the little bit of offensive momentum going for the Golden Eagles.
So 0-2 pitch up coming here from Avery Sapp to Cadence Henry, again in the bottom of the 5th of this one. And that's going to be another strikeout. Great rise ball from Avery Sapp for strikeout number 9 on the day for her. And man, it's just been so dominant of a performance for Sapp. It's been just a great mix of these just high heat, just pounding velocity rise balls mixed in with just the absolutely filthiest of changeups I've seen in terms of prep high school.
I don't know how you prepare for it. When you see a pitch that drops as much as that does, and then you see, you know, the kind of pitches that she's throwing, that one in for a strike low and in, like just location-wise, is just so mature, I think, in terms of how she approaches at-bats and trying to keep hitters guessing. And that rise ball, it's just filthy, you know, and combined with that changeup. I mean, there's nothing harder, I think, to hit in softball and baseball combined than seeing like a rise ball coming at you like that. You just don't know where it's going to be. You think it's coming down, it's not, it's higher. every hitter that we've seen, as you see just another strikeout, every Maple Mountain batter is just missed low, just can't catch up with it. And yeah, just elite stuff here from Avery Sapp, and has been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, it's strikeout number 10 for her in the ball game. Strikeout 149 for her on the season, so one away from 150 as that one is going to just miss on the outside part of the plate there for ball one there to Addie Bills.
That's just impressive. If she can get to 200 before the end of the regular season, that would be something.
Yeah, currently in the top 5 in strikeouts. Currently sitting at number 1 is Kaysen Korth, who is the pitcher I was trying to remember her name, but Kaysen Korth from Riverton has 183 coming into today, and is the only one in all of Utah that has a lower ERA than Avery Sapp's 123, and hers 0.47. Kaysen Korth is an absolute monster over there for Riverton, as that one is going to be tapped grounder. That's going to be out number 3, so Avery Sapp complete game shutout so far through 5 innings. As we are all wrapped up here in inning number 5, we'll get you inning number 6 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet? If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. Let's jump right into inning 6 action here. Count 1-0 now on Ashley Losey. It'll be batters 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Dons. The score 9-0 in favor of the Dons over the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. That one, a great pitch from Ellie Jackson for strike 1 to even up the count here at 1-1.
Yeah, good pitch to keep Losey guessing there.
1-1 pitch up coming to the Dons catcher. She's going to slap this one foul. Had some nice power on it, but just a tick ahead of it as it will sail over the fence over there by left field. One of these. Let's see. Put my hands up. Yes. Okay. It is left field over there.
Indeed, left is left.
Left is left. 1-2 pitch. Be just a bit high and outside, so count will now be 2-2. Losey on the day 0 for 3. Again, one of the few Dons that has not seen a ton of success here in this ballgame. She'll take a swing at that one for strike 3, and it's going to go over the head of the first baseman, but Losey will eat some dirt there and just kind of stretch her way back on over. Definitely a little embarrassed about that one. Talk things over with coach and just kind of make sure that she's okay. Rub some dirt in that one, and that's one way to get on base.
Yeah, I noticed someone put some tripwire, I think,
Absolutely,
over there. By,
yeah.
How could they?
It's rather rude of them. As it'll go down as a strikeout for Ellie Jackson, her 4th on the day, but Losey able to advance on the throwing error there. And they do bring in a runner in for Losey as she is catching today.
Yeah, there was a was a time when I was young and I played baseball, and let's just say, so we had a guy on our team. He was hitting. He's playing. I think he's second baseman or anything. Anyways, he hits this ball like a rocket over to like right field, and not knowing what left was left, he goes running down third baseline. And we all were like, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. He quickly realized his error and somehow still managed to get a single off of it, but he happened to touch both third and first at once. So I don't know if that's ever been done before in baseball, if that's a, goes down the record first single where the hitter touched third base first.
Wow.
First.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's nutty. You definitely don't hear that one every day.
Lesson learned: don't go down the left field line.
Don't go down left field. Go down right field first. As it looks like we've got a pinch hitter here for Alice Archuleta. Be number 15. That one going to be a rise ball that rises just a bit too much there for ball one. So it is Ellie Olsen that is up right now here for the Dawn. She is and hitting right now here for Alice Archuleta, designated player in this one. Ellie Olsen is out in the field today. She is in right field, but getting an opportunity to hit here as that one will be in for a strike. Count will move to 2-1.
Yeah, good pitch there by Jackson on the inside part of the plate there. Framed really well as well by the catcher Tibbles.
She's going to hit this one right up the middle. The play will be made by Ross. They will try to turn two. Iowane's throw is just a bit late, as Olsen able to move just fast enough to prevent the double play.
Yeah, but good effort there. Just missed by half a step, but good throw there by Iowane, and just happened to miss.
It'll bring up Aubrey Leonard. Leonard 1 for 3 on the day, had a 2-run single as part of that massive explosion in the third. 7 runs coming across, and that's going to be a nice throw from third base by Bills to get out number 2.
A couple of great defensive plays there. Bills with a good throw and on a short hop, able to really gather that cleanly and sling it over to first just in time. And just happened to get Leonard by half a step.
So now 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. This thing's going to be sent out into center field, and the play will be made out there as Jackson will put up a 0 on the scoreboard, so the score will stay 9-0, able to strand a runner over there at second base. So still a 9-run lead here for the Dons over the Golden Eagles on Spanish Fork 17 as we move on over to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17.
Again, we'd like to thank Vance Wilson State Farm, 2 Jack's Pizza, MVP Sports, Clegg Auto, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law. And we thank you as always for joining in on Spanish Fork 17. Quick recap, if you missed this one, the Dons have put up a 9 spot on the Golden Eagles in this rivalry game. All the damage being done really in the 3rd and 5th innings. Started off in the 3rd with a couple of wild pitches by Ellie Jackson, I should say, apologies for that, and a couple of mistakes that led into a lot of Don's runs, essentially, a lot of singles, and with 2 outs and the bases loaded, Spanish Fork was able to pretty much drive everyone home and then some, putting up 7 in the 3rd. A couple of runs added here in the 5th inning. As well, were able to pad their lead to 9-0. And story of the game has really been just Spanish Fork has really taken control of and has dominated the majority of this game, both on the offensive and defensive ends. Avery Sapp, so far through 5 innings, completely scoreless, only has given up a couple of hits, and continuing to just dominate as she has all season long.
A very impressive outing for Sapp. 10 strikeouts through the 5 innings, only allowing the 2 hits and the 1 walk, so only 3 base runners in total for the Golden Eagles. And It's been a 2-for-2 day for Jet Li Ioane, but otherwise it's really just been a struggle for any Golden Eagle to really find any decent contact here against the Spanish Fork Ace, and they'll need to dig out of this 9-run hole here in inning number 6 if they want any chance of finding a way to squeak away with a win here against their rival, the Dons. And it will start off here with strike 1 on Emma Ross. It'll be batters 1, 2, and 3 for the Golden Eagles. Emma Ross, Lydia Tibbles, and Olivia Anerud that will be up here for Maple Mountain. As the count moves to 1-1 after that pitch by Sapp. 1-1 pitch up coming here to Ross, who on the day is 0 for 1. Struck out in inning number 1 and then took a walk in inning number 3. Now looking at a count of 1-2. One-two pitch up coming from Sapp. He's going to be strikeout number 11. Just been automatic in this ball game. Strikeout number 11, strikeout number 150 on the season for the Spanish Fork Ace. And it brings up Lydia Tibbles, the number 2 hitter in this Maple Mountain lineup, is 0 for 2 on the day, popped up to third in her first at bat, and then hit a tapper to Sapp in her second one. That was more just. I gotta
don't even
look.
bother to look
Yeah,
at this point.
it just doesn't even. There was another one that while Sapp was warming up that literally, like, I went to essentially catch it, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a fence, and I don't have a glove, so that would have stung. As that's a nice pitch there for strike 1, so count evens up at 1-1.
Yeah, I feel bad for Andrew. He's probably been hit about 5 or 6 times today, essentially.
Yeah.
And our camera too. I think our poor camera is probably done at this point.
Yeah, it's been adjusted a few times. There's a nice rise ball for strike 2.
I think the craziest thing about Sapp is that she's had, 18 appearances so far on the year, averaging, essentially close to 10 strikeouts a game. I mean, at 150, it's just impressive, and she just keeps tallying it up too at this point. That's 151 right there. And really no answer for Maple Mountain. They're just up there guessing at this point.
Yeah, just the velocity on the rise ball has absolutely been playing. She's done a nice job of even mixing locations of that one too. Like, I mean, several times it's been just kind of working up the ladder and getting higher and higher, or in that case it felt like the height was the same, but it just kind of kept getting more inside on the batter. So that last one's basically in on the hands of Lydia Tibbles, gets her to swing at that one for strike 3 and gets a foul ball here to start things off here against Olivia Anerud, who has been struck out twice in this ball game.
Yeah, it's that rise ball every single time that, just hitters are not finding at all. I mean, every single time the hitter's thinking it's around, belt high or lower, and really it's coming in above the belt.
This one is popped up into foul territory. Mitchell ranges over and makes the play. And that will be the end of the 6th inning, as Sapp will get 2 more strikeouts to add to her tally. 12 now on the day for the Spanish Fork Ace. That's going to end the 6th inning here. And we will get you inning number 7 when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It's inning number 7 of this one between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Spanish Fork Dons. And it has been all Dons so far through 6 innings. A 7-run 3rd inning, really starting things off and really putting the Dons completely in control of this ball game. 2 more coming across in the 5th. So the offense has certainly been there for Spanish Fork, but probably the most impressive part of this ballgame, though, has been Avery Sapp, who's just absolutely dominated the Golden Eagles lineup to the tune of 12 strikeouts through 6 innings. Complete game shutout so far, has only allowed 2 hits to Jetli Ioane and a walk. 3 total base runners here for the Golden Eagles. Just has been a superb performance.
Yeah, 2-hit shutouts, certainly impressive, and has dominated this one. Shout out as well to Ellie Jackson, who's going to, at least if she can get through this one, pitch a complete game herself, although that one is absolutely whacked. And a great running catch, too. What a play there over there in right.
Savannah Craig making a nice catch out there. And
wow.
That's pretty deep right center, able to range a long way to be able to make that play, and that's going to be out number 1 here in the 7th inning.
That one was hit on a rope, too. That was not an easy play to grab. That looked like a gapper. It's going to be multiple bases there. But what a play ranging over by Craig to grab that one.
Yeah, Mitchell absolutely rocked that pitch, but them's is the breaks sometimes. Sometimes it's just a really nice play out in the field, and you just got to tip the cap and say, all right, well, maybe get them next time.
Good offense, better defense there.
Absolutely. As we got a pinch hitter here for Ellie Olsen.
And it looked like it'll be Buchanan coming in to hit on this one. Cameron Buchanan. Buchanan so far on the year for Spanish Fork hitting .364, a senior, has 4 RBIs, and he's played in 7 games this year. This will be her 8th, and good for her to get in and get in a bat here in this one, as that one is in for a strike there right at the belt.
Yeah, that's a fantastic pitch from Jackson again. A good effort for her. Really, if you just erase the 3rd inning for her, it's been a very solid performance. Even with the 2 runs coming across in the 5th inning, I mean, still a solid performance. And again, you just toss away inning number 3, and it fits the formula of what you want to do here against Spanish Fork, which is really you've just got to basically kind of pitch them to contact and try to get it down and away and force them to hit ground balls.
Yeah, and if you can do that, you know, and then obviously the other side comes in where you're able to actually get anything going against a pitcher like Sapp. But you have to at least give yourself the chance. And, you know, for the most part of this game, Maple Mountain was doing that besides that 3rd inning. And that's why it's so hard to beat Spanish Fork in general. You almost have to play the perfect game, really, to do anything. I mean, Maple Mountain, as we mentioned, 2 hits, 3 base runners in this ball game. It's just hard to even imagine getting runs in production against Spanish Fork, let alone stopping them on the other side.
As the count here is 1-2 on Buchanan. The pitch is going to be low and inside, and it'll even up the count here at 2-2. Looks like we will have another that one is popped up right towards Ioane. She will make the play, and that is going to be out number 2 here in the 7th.
Yeah, Ioane kind of the lone bright spot on offense, and good defensive play there. Only one who's really been able to get hits against Sapp, and had a good hit early in the ball game. Had a big hit over into left field for a single.
So with I want to kind of update things here. So with Ellie Olsen moving into that designated player spot, the lineup has kind of moved a little bit. So technically that was a pinch hitter for Jade Romero, and it's now Tatum Hall that's currently up. Again, and Hall's had a fantastic day at the plate so far. 4 for 4 has been perfect, and they've all been basically perfect singles. Really has done a nice job here at the top of the order for Spanish Fork. As we got another scare over here as well early in this count, as the count will now move to 2-1. A pitch that just like rocketed. Oh, my apologies. I'm a little bit ahead of myself here as the count is 2-0.
And that pitch, though, it just dropped right at our chest. So, yeah, it's a dangerous spot to be back here. Really dramatic.
It is. Call games at your own risk. The count is now 2-1 here on Hall. She'll watch that one go well outside, and is a nice hitter's count here at 3-1.
I think that was actually ball 4. A little bit behind was the scoreboard
see,
operator.
I thought so. See, I
No,
was.
You were right.
Gosh dang it.
Your intuition paid off.
I just need to trust myself. I'm here doing the score while we're going, trying to keep on top of things, so I have it accurate for you in case the scoreboard is wrong, and I just need to trust myself there.
See, Andrew knows. He trusts his gut. If anything's off, he knows something's off.
Can usually feel it in my nuggets. They will keep Jackson on the mound here, trying to get her to get through this this complete game. It will be Peyton Hall digging in here for the Spanish Fork Dons. Actually, looks like they are going to pinch hit for her, as she's kind of had a bit of a rough day at the plate today. Give her a breather. So we've got another new hitter here for Spanish Fork, as that is going to be watched for ball 1. It will be number 4.
It'll be Emery Pintar, the sophomore infielder, outfielder. He's listed as such. She'll take a strike right down the middle, though. Put the count now at 1-1, I believe.
It should be 1-1.
Just want to trust Andrew here.
Absolutely.
Verify
yes.
real quick.
1-1. The count is definitely 1-1 here on Pintar. She'll tap that one foul, and it'll move the count now to 1-2. So Pintar, sophomore, part of the proud Pintar line here at Spanish Fork, has definitely has produced some ballers, including Andrew Pintar, who's been playing for BYU for the last couple of years, has done a great job over there with the Cougars, and last year's Player of the Year, Brooklyn Pintar, as well, as that one is popped up into shallow center field, just right there at the edge of the infield dirt. Ioane will make the play, and that's going to end the inning here at the top half of the inning. Jackson able to put up a 0 on the scoreboard, so the score will stay 9-0 in favor of the Dons over the Golden Eagles. As we move on over to the bottom half of the inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That's 2 Jacks Pizza, Clegg Auto, McKell Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, and Lance Wilson State Farm.
Looking a little bit forward here for both teams as we head here to the bottom of the 7th, as we're kind of reaching the closing stretches of this regular season in 5A League 9 play. For Spanish Fork, after this one, they will go on to take Springville. They'll play at Wasatch, which should be a great game. Wasatch, one of the better teams in 5A softball, and that'll be on May 5th, and then May 6th they'll close things out at home versus Copper Hills. The other side of things, Maple Mountain will have 4 games left. They'll play Grantsville at home, they'll play Provo at home, at Springville, and versus Pleasant Grove to close things out.
Yeah, that Grantsville game looms large, as they took a loss to Grantsville earlier in the season, so they'll definitely want to be careful with that one. Or is that Maple Mountain that's playing Grantsville?
I believe Maple Mountain is playing Grantsville.
My apologies. So the Golden Eagles need to be careful, as that was one of the losses on the season for Spanish Fork. That one a heartbreaker for them, as it kind of broke up. They've basically been on an absolute tear for the last 14 or so games, and that's the lone loss in the middle there, as we are getting a view of technically us here at the table, which is kind of fun, getting a little look in as we're doing the broadcast here, as that one is going to be punched by Jetli Ioane, but right at the second baseman for out number 1. It's the first time that Ioane's been out.
And you get a first-hand look of the old busted computer. Has a crack in the bottom corner, taped up with Scotch tape.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A rise ball that will sail a little high there to Ellie Jackson for ball 1. Jackson on the day 0 for 2. Got robbed of a base hit by a web gem over there by Romero at shortstop, and unable to hold her swing. But even at that, it was going to be a strike anyway. Just a beautiful changeup from Avery Sapp for strike 1.
Yeah, just totally froze her up. She didn't know what to do there, and that one right down the middle.
Tries to go low, but it will be a little too low and in the dirt, so count will now move to 2-1 on Jackson. Again, score 9-0 here. The Golden Eagles will need to get 9 runs here in this inning to keep this game alive, and that's a nice rise ball to even up the count here at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away by Ellie Jackson, so she will stay alive here with the count 2-2. Dons 2 outs away from another complete game shutout. Again, their last 3 have all ended with goose eggs as well, hoping for a 4th one here. This one roped right down the left field line there, but it will hook foul, so that's probably about the best contact that anyone has made on Avery Sapp today off the bat of Ellie Jackson, but unfortunately for her, it will land in foul territory.
Yeah, that indeed, she just got ahead of it, but good contact there to power that one over to the left side of things.
So 2-2 pitch up coming here to Jackson from Sapp, and it will be a beauty. Just a dirty changeup for strike 3. Strikeout number 13 in the ball game for Avery Sapp.
Yep, Sapp is in her zone, has been all game long, and just an absolute masterclass. Definitely earned MVP Sports Player of the Game, if you ask me.
Yeah, without question. So, I mean, we won't roll the graphic up just yet, but
spoiler alert.
It's spoiler alert. It's coming. As we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, it's Savannah Craig due up here for the Golden Eagles. 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout in the 2nd, and grounded out to 3rd in the 4th inning. So 0 for 2 day for her, looking at an 0-1 count. She's going to swing at a changeup for strike 2, just well ahead of that pitch.
Yeah, just absolute dominance by Sapp in this one, and look to close it out here.
0-2 pitch, fouled away. Able to stay alive here. The count will stay 0-2. Do have Cadence Henry in the on-deck circle here for the Golden Eagles should Savannah Craig find her way on base, as the count is now 2-2.
And try to get kind of a change-up looking pitch up and away. Let's see if I can get this prediction right. We'll see. Rise ball up.
Rise ball high and tight.
We'll see. Oh.
Instead, it's going to be low, and it's going to be off the glove of Hall. Romero thought about making the throw across, but instead it will go down as a, we're going to call that one an infield single for Savannah Craig, as Hall just really not able to quite collect that one.
Nonetheless, a good couple of, good little stretch for Craig with the web gem out in right field, you know, last inning on a difficult play, and then follows it up with a good hard hit and gets a single out of it.
And bring up Cadence Henry, who is going to get hit by a pitch. Yeah, that's going to sting.
That was a fastball in at the inside leg, and yeah, that's going to hurt.
So they will go ahead and check in on her, talking things over with coach, just making sure she's okay, get things all stretched out, and yeah, that's uncomfortable. I mean, granted, you're getting hit on the thigh, which there's a little bit more padding there than I guess in other places, but still, that is some velocity that you're getting from Sapp, and so you get hit by anything by Sapp, and it's going to be unpleasant.
Good thing her coach just rubbed some dirt on it.
Yeah,
so,
rub some dirt in it. Yeah, you're gonna be all right. As again, we still got 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Your score 9-0. The Dons over the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. Avery Sapp an out away from yet another complete game shutout. Has 13 strikeouts in this ball game as well. Just an absolutely dominant performance. This is really the first little bit of trouble that she's had. First time that she's had multiple runners on in an inning with runners on first and second. Tries to go low and inside, and she gets the call for strike 1 on Rachel Messick.
Yeah, it'd be good to see if Maple Mountain can get a run or 2 here across. That would be quite an accomplishment for them, I think.
That gets her to swing at just another nasty pitch right in on the hands for strike 2. So now a strike away from putting this ball game in the books.
Let's see if she can get contact here on this one.
0-2 pitch up coming from Sapp. Able to hold off on the high rise ball. And the throw over to first lets Craig advance over to third base. That's some heads-up running there by Savannah Craig.
Yeah, just good instincts there. You know, throw going over to first. Why not go for the stolen base there at third and see here if Sapp will close this out here.
1-2 pitch will be well inside and evens up the count here at 2-2. Addie Bills would be due up here for Maple Mountain should Messick find her way on. 2-2 pitch here from Sapp is in there for strike 3, strikeout number 14, and that is how this ball game ends. Strikeout number 14 for Avery Sapp. Complete dominance on the mound for the Spanish Fork ace. The score 9-0 here. The Dons win this one. Another dominant performance for them. We'll get your recap of this one when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 game recap time here as this ball game has ended. The score 9-0 in favor of the Dons over the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. The fourth straight complete game shutout for the Dons as they've been absolutely rolling here as of late. The offense coming alive in inning number 3, 7 runs coming across, another 2 coming across in the 5th, and then just an absolutely dominant performance from Avery Sapp, the story of this particular ball game, and it's just been such a great season for the Dons and really just a dominant stretch, especially as of late.
Yeah, Dons just have been rolling. They're just completely in another zone right now versus some of these other teams in the league. And valiant fight by Maple Mountain as you see the Dons over there and left. No match for this offense the Spanish Fork has. I mean, when they find opportunities, they make you pay, and they end things quickly, as you saw in the 3rd inning. 7 runs tallied in off of just what happened to be a couple of mistakes that then turned into hit after hit. And just clutch hitting, you know, it wasn't anything overpowering, nothing crazy, but timely hitting and hard hitting by the Dons is really what broke this thing open. And then, of course, on the defensive side of things, Maple Mountain really was unable to get anything going. And that was large in part to the efforts by Avery Sapp, who is just absolutely dominant, had a masterclass performance today on the mound. Complete game shutout, as you mentioned, and just a ton of strikeouts as well.
And spoiler alert time, it is. Our MVP Sports MVP of the game is in fact Avery Sapp. Complete game shutout, 14 strikeouts in this one, average 2 strikeouts per inning. Absolutely fantastic, only allowing 3 runs, 1 walk, did hit a batter. Like, just everything was working for her. Her changeup, absolutely disgusting, just filthy, and just did a good job of mixing it in with her dominant rise ball, which was just playing up in the zone so well against this Golden Eagles offense. Really just a great performance for her on the mound, and did some work at the plate too. Had an RBI single as part of the 4th inning, and took a walk in inning number 3. Really, you know, just a complete performance for her, but especially on the mound. So congrats to Avery Sapp, our MVP Sports MVP of the game.
Yeah, just absolutely dominant by her, and Dons will look to keep things rolling, and another big win for them. They'll play Springville next on the 3rd, followed by going against Wasatch and Copper Hills to close things out. Dons with the win go to 18-4, 8-0 in conference play, and will continue, I believe, to maintain that #1 RPI ranking, as they have been absolutely dominant all season long.
I would assume so. We want to remind you that we're not done here on Spanish Fork 17 this week. We got another ball game for you tomorrow. That will be at 3:30 p.m. We are back on the baseball diamond. It'll be the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in the last of their 3-game set. We got to watch game number 1 here on Spanish Fork 17. That one a complete game shutout by Kip Cloward for the Spanish Fork Dons. And so we're definitely excited to get you coverage of that one. That one again will be tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Make sure you're tuning in on Spanish Fork 17 and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Make sure that you're getting everybody out to watch this one. It's going to be a blast. Make sure that they click that subscribe button so they can get all of our fantastic content and be able to keep tabs on all of their favorite Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork teams. So make sure that they are joining the Spanish Fork 17 family. Click that subscribe button, youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Let's put a bow on this one. Again, the score 9-0. Another dominant performance for the Lady Dons. This one over their rival, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. For our crew here at Spanish Fork 17, I'm Andrew LaRose. He's Jake Arscott. We've had a fun time here at the Diamond, and we will catch you tomorrow for the last game of the Spanish Fork Maple Mountain Baseball Series here on Spanish Fork 17.